Welcome back to another exciting episode of Nutrient Shootouts. I'm your host, OSP. So, for this last week and prior, we've been harvesting the 6-way nutrient shootout, the grotek nutrients featured 6K, and of course the cultilux CMH 600 watt single ended, 2560 watt grow, 8 plant grow, and everything is incredible. We've been using the Centurion Pro mid-level trimmer, whatever it is, not the little mini tabletop one, but the regular original one. It's working out really well. Wasn't quite meant to maybe do 72 plants in a row. It got really gummed up, and you do have to kind of tear it apart a little bit to clean it. I'm about to bag it up in the morning and bag the motors and power wash the piss out of it and get it all shiny for the next 72 plants, the 4K LED and the 6K HPS single-ended shootout in the basement. But everything has been just phenomenal, with the exception of one or two buds with one or two seeds and one Rosetta Stone that just, stressed out and threw a nanner and, free feminized seeds. Fucking awesome, right? So 72 plants, well over 30 pounds, I would say, gonna be dry. I think 36 hanging racks are out there holding product. So Dominion Organics, tray number 2 did really well. Blue Planet Nutrients did really well. Surprisingly, Green Planet did better than it did in my first way nutrient shootout. With the addition of the Rosin product, the quality was there. Of course, all the genetics were there, and 5 out of the 8 plants in each tray are identical to each tray for the shootout. And then honestly, on the right side there was a vanilla tart. On the left side there was like the Rosetta Stones. So there was even some comparative when I didn't have the full 8 plants matching. But that being said, everybody did really good. I think maybe the least performance, honestly, in this round was Emerald Harvest, and didn't really surprise me. Emerald Harvest is nice. It's complex, but it kind of took third the last shootout, or fourth the last shootout, or no, third the last shootout. And so this time around, it just didn't really seem to peak, and it was in the middle tray, which was getting more side lighting. But Remo Nutrients definitely killed it. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? Dominion, and of course, Green Microbiotics, and of course, All Per Plus. All Per Plus was the IPM 10 days prior to flower and the day of flower. And honestly, for the whole 144 plants, it only took me 2.5 liters. So straight up spray bottle, buy it, $15 a liter. Took me $45. I'm so tired. Took me $45 to provide an IPM, and I didn't have any bugs. I didn't have any mold, any mildew, any bugs. The only bullshit I found was stuff that was laying at the bottom of the tray or flopped in the reservoir. And it was no problem. The whole grow went off basically without a problem. All the nugs for most of the genetics that do tight, dense genetics were all tight and dense. And like the Rosetta Stone is an interesting one. All of them were good. The one threw a nanner, but it really didn't open up at all. The buds usually will open up to try to cool themselves off if they're running too hot, and they're that old, close to harvest. Come on, puppies, back up. And it had like a pine clean. It had like a cleaner smell, but not necessarily the pine with it, the Rosetta Stone. Just an interesting smell on that one. We had a Durban Poison Cindy 99 cross. I'm trying to remember where it's from. Just phenomenal. And then another shocker. Both the jacked up from the upstairs 6K did well. The Ting from MTG Genetics and the True Blue both surprised me because the Cheese Bomb didn't actually sprout. But those two did very well. And the jacked up which is what Jack the Ripper crossed with something, and Galactic Jack, which I believe would be what Space Queen and Jack the Ripper. A little bit older genetics, you know, formerly TGA, sold through Galactic Gardens, picked up at Cannabis Cup. All the seeds from this pheno hunt were acquired at Cannabis Cups or, you know, sold direct or whatever. But no, actually this one was all me just going out and sourcing them. But really, really happy with all the results. You know, all the plants did really well. If there was one that was shut out, it was basically shut out to another plant overgrowing it, and that did happen. Again, this was a pheno hunt, so veg it enough to flower it, to sex it, re-veg it, and then flower it out again. And no matter what, you're gonna get some interesting growth after it's re-vegged as the same plant and run out. So, but we had taken our clones from the phenos that we felt were the best growing, and with the exception of one plant here in harvest, that I'm keeping and re-vegging, so I can get that as a mother, because by far it was better, and it was one of the Cindy 99s. Every other choice that I made to keep the mother from that plant, not knowing what the weed is like still, obviously smoked, came out to be the biggest yielder, the best structure, the best frostiness by far. Green Microbiotics did really well as the microbe all the way around, and Centurion Pro is the trimmer. Of course, shout out to HM Digital for all the pH meters, you know, provided for 2 years now even. I have all the latest models, and they stayed calibrated. The probes, maybe plastic's a little too close on the pH probe to the actual probe. Clean it out with a toothbrush, the motherfucker will be accurate as hell. So really, really, really good products and really good quality this way around. So we're still drying, and then we'll be glass jarring and curing for at least 2 weeks before we start sending samples out to the patients and getting real feedback on it. And then we're also going to have stuff sent out and tested real soon here. So next up, the Vivio Sun tent has got the mothers. We're going to be cutting the tops off of those to redo the mothers and just get them a clone pair. We got some big ass cranes flying by. It's sweet, and so we'll be choosing what to monocrop and what to maybe just seed stress to produce feminized seeds so we can just store it, or tissue culture maybe. As for all the trim, we have individual trim on all the plants separated. So not only the phenotype, but every single plant is separate. It's not mixed in with the next plant. So everything is separate. So we're gonna do individual rosin, or maybe dry ice. I haven't decided how I want to use it, or maybe just do some small open blasts to just get some wax out there and see what it comes out like. So just something to play with. But we do have a lot of trim. I might do a lot of pre-rolls too. It might be another way to get a little bit wider feedback is on the pre-rolls, because it's all sugar leaf. It's all solid sugar leaf. So, and then of course the Centurion Pro has got its three bag system, and so we're gonna be sitting on a lot of hash in the 25 micron bag, but we're gonna do a pretty long dry ice shake from the main capture bag and get the rest of it shaken out. So we're gonna have a lot of hash come off of that right off the bat. And it's gonna be mixed from every fucking plant. So this is gonna be some crazy shit. So I'm looking forward to that. We're gonna press a lot out of that low temp rosin. So looking forward to that too. Haven't done a lot with rosin in a long time because I haven't had fresh material. So freeze dryer's on its way, fresh frozen for a lot of it too. So we're getting there, and stay tuned for the next 72 plants. I'm gonna definitely try to go live, but the cellular internet out here where I'm at, since nobody cares about 4G and they're upgrading to 5G, is trash because they're not repairing the antennas, and the storms and all that shit have fucked a lot of it up. That's why you're getting a YouTube video and not live. I tried. So yeah, any questions in the comments below, definitely hit me up on my Instagram. I'm trying to be more active. As things hopefully will start to slow down in the next coming months, we'll be doing some breeding projects, and we'll doing some custom grows for some new patients, and yeah, we'll go from there. So there you go. Let me know.